All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a really provocative idea, inspired by the book AI and Humanity. What if the whole conversation we're having about artificial intelligence is wrong? What if the biggest questions aren't about code, but about us? What if AI is really just a giant mirror, forcing us to take a hard look at our own values?
You know, whenever AI comes up, our imagination usually jumps to one of two places. First, there's the dream, right? This perfect, efficient utopia where AI has cured disease and ended scarcity. And then there's the nightmare, the dystopian future with robot overlords. It's the stuff of movies.
But what if that's a false choice? What if this entire framing, the good machines versus the evil machines, is just a huge distraction? What if it's actually stopping us from having the conversation we really need to be having?
And that gets us to the core argument here. See, AI isn't some alien force that's just acting on us. It's a mirror. The real challenge isn't about controlling the tech itself. It's about grappling with the very human choices, the human language, and the human values that the technology is designed to reflect.
All right, let's dive into our first section, AI, Beyond the Code. To really get to the heart of this, we need to look past the hardware and the software and zoom in on one absolutely crucial human idea. And that concept is agency. Simply put, it's our ability to act independently and to make our own choices. It's about being the author of your own story. Seriously, lock that word in your mind. It's the thread that's going to tie everything else together. Okay, Section 2, Redefining Work and Worth. So if we're talking about losing our agency, where's the first place that happens for millions of us? Yeah, at work.
The source material really hammers this point. When our jobs are managed by these hidden, opaque algorithms, I'm talking about warehouse workers tracked by scanners or gig workers who are just told where to go by an app, it's not just about making things run faster. It's seen as a direct hit to our dignity. It chips away at our autonomy. The very things that make our work feel, well, human.
And this leads to a really powerful comparison. For an historical figure like Frederick Douglass, learning to read and write wasn't just a skill, it was an act of liberation. It was how he claimed his own identity. Well, the argument here is that understanding AI is the new literacy. It's not just for coders anymore. It's a fundamental skill for anyone who wants to preserve their own agency in this new age. Okay, on to Section 3, the bias in the machine. Because this issue goes way beyond our individual jobs. When we start handing over major decisions to AI, we risk automating our worst human instincts and scaling them up across all of society. And this is where we run smack into the problem of algorithmic bias. We have this myth, right? That computers are objective, that they're pure logic. But they're not. And AI is only as good or as bad as the data we feed it. And if that data is full of decades of human prejudice, the AI isn't just going to learn it. It's going to amplify it and automate it at a speed we can't even comprehend.
And listen, this is not theoretical stuff. This is happening now. This kind of bias means predictive policing algorithms send more cops into minority neighborhoods. It means facial recognition systems are far more likely to misidentify women and people of color. It means real people getting denied a loan or even getting pointed towards lower quality healthcare, all because the machine learned from our own flawed history.
Let's move to Section 4, the price of being connected. Because this link between data and real-world harm, well, it brings us right back to our own digital lives, to our phones and our laptops, and the hidden price we pay for all this connectivity. Think about it. Our personal data is the fuel for this entire machine. And the power dynamic couldn't be clearer. Tech companies, even governments, collect our data. Who cashes in? Data brokers, advertisers. And who's being watched? Well, as you can see, it's all of us. And the whole reason this works is because the systems are opaque. That's a key term. It means they're black boxes. We have no idea how these algorithms are using our data to decide what news we see, what products are pushed on us. Our whole information diet is being quietly shaped by forces we can't see, let alone question. It's another way our agency gets worn down.
Okay, Section 5, the ultimate delegation. Now we get to what the book presents as the absolute peak of handing over human control. And the stakes here are literally life and death.
The book uses this amazing analogy to show how this escalates, the path from Roomba to Harpy. A Roomba vacuum is simple automation. A human is clearly in control. A military drone is the next step. A human is supervising the system. But a so-called Harpy weapon is different. It's a fully autonomous system designed to loiter over a battlefield and make its own decision about who and when to attack. That is the final step in delegating our agency.
And this creates what's called the accountability gap. It's a really dangerous ethical void. When an autonomous machine makes a mistake and kills the wrong person, who's responsible? The person who programmed it, the commander who deployed it, the company that built it? When there's no clear answer, the whole idea of moral responsibility starts to fall apart.
So, this isn't a technical problem. This is a profoundly human one. Who is accountable when a machine makes the final call? Who takes the blame when there's no human left in the loop to point a finger at? So, after all that, you might be thinking this sounds pretty bleak. But that's not where the analysis ends. It actually leads to a really powerful call to action. So let's get into our final section, shaping our AI future.
The argument here is for a huge shift in our focus. The solution to all these challenges isn't just more technical skill, throwing more kids into coding camps. The real urgent need is for civic preparedness. That means equipping every single citizen with the ethical and critical thinking tools they need to participate in governing this incredibly powerful technology.
So, the path forward? It's not really about the tech at all. It's about us. It's about the choices we make. It means we have to demand that human dignity and oversight are built in from the start. It requires that we, as citizens, participate in how this tech is governed. And it means building an AI, not just for profit or efficiency, but with an ethic of care and justice at its core.
And that leaves us with one final and, I think, pretty profound question. The AI is learning from us. It is going to reflect our priorities, our prejudices, our values. And it's going to do it at a massive scale. So the ultimate question isn't, what will the machines do? The question is, what are we going to choose to show them? What version of humanity are we asking them to mirror back to us?